Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure this thing's recording. I'm not sure. It's possible. It's probably not. Let me check. Yeah, no, we're recording. Okay, I just figured out how to do this, so I'm kind of excited about this. Basically, I just wanted to share with you guys my trip to Comic-Con a few years back. We were there basically to promote the podcast, Tales from the Space Pod, and to support Ron with his comic books, Boron Films. He's Ed Guru and all that good stuff. It was an amazing time. It was in Seattle. It was the Emerald City Comic Con, the real Comic Con. There's few of them. There's some of them, but there's none like that. This is one of our fans. He stopped by and picked himself up a Tales from the Space Pod pen. So that was pretty amazing. We had a booth there. I don't know if we can find a picture of one. There it is. But anyway, if you have never been to a Comic-Con, they're pretty open and huge. This is Chris's booth. He's a local talented artist here in the Wenatchee Valley. He's really awesome. You check his stuff out. But I just went around when I get breaks, and go around and check out stuff and took pictures. A lot of it, even though it was still comic book, it was a lot of themed with video games. And we have here the two people from Bioshock's Infinite, where I think he's supposed to be a guy and that's the girl, and they say, heads or tails. Flip the coin and it always lands on heads. You haven't played the game, you're missing out. A lot of these pictures I just kind of threw up and took. I didn't really get into too much detail with it. That's Moshan from The Walking Dead. A lot of cosplay people here. If you're not too familiar with the Teenage Ninja Turtles, this is Casey Jones, which I thought was pretty epic. Here we have a head crab from, was it a Half-Life 2? So that's always cool. I don't know who that is, but this is the corner of our booth. See Ron's Comics right there. Like I said, we could scroll through these pretty fast. That was our neighbor. You're going to be able to see quite a few. Like I said, I just snapped a lot of shots as they came through. These guys are probably my favorite. They were freaking hilarious. It was supposed to be the Joker and Harley Quinn, but Harley Quinn was a Viking, and he was the Big Lebowski, from the movie. Fucking hilarious. Nothing. It's always awesome to see people, gathering around with their family and doing this type of a thing. This is in the main corridor of the building itself, and it's pretty amazing just to see all the different creativity with all these cosplayers. He moved in. There's like two sets of towers. There's one over here and then one where I came from. But Walking Dead lunchboxes, man, that's tits. And this is the outside of the building where we can smoke. Sounds like I need one. Sorry, I'm kind of under the weather. Other shots of the buildings. I kind of wanted to go through a little tutorial. These are just, I don't know, they had a lot of steampunk and stuff you could buy, and that's obvious from Legend of Zelda. Actually, that's a pretty famous model right there. Evil, something or other. I got a picture with her. God, what is it? Evil 13 or something like that? I'm sorry if I fucked that up, but what I was trying to get at was and obviously this picture's out of focus, but the creativity that goes into a lot of these people that do the cosplay is phenomenal. I mean, you see the LED packs on this. He ran away too fast, and I couldn't get a picture. This is a Hell Girl. Fucking amazing, man. I'm not sure if there's a soft proof in that. I think I might have messed with that one. Hold on. What am I doing? Come on. Trying to show my split before and after. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I fiddled with that one too much. I did, but not that much. In editing, anyway. I did edit a lot of these, but a lot of them I didn't. A lot of them are just there. The Venture Brothers. I love these guys. There's a set with the whole Adventure team, because they're from the Adventure Brothers. This is a girl from Mass Effect, and I can't remember the name or her name off the top of my head, but it was still amazing cosplay. Her friend actually tarted out. I thought it was funny. She thought I was like for the I don't know, newspaper or not. These are kind of the shots that I try to get when I'm shooting, especially like Comic-Con. This is a raw footage. This is, I mean, untouched. It's not edited in any way. But I tend to like to frame, you know, when I'm out doing that. I actually enjoy the shit out of it. It's fucking amazing. But, you know, I mean, there's a lot of shots you can't really get. Like, obviously, that one should have been moved over to the right. And you got to remember the whole rule of thirds and all that stuff. Like that. Boom. But you just got to kind of keep going on. This... that's from Adventure Time, if people don't know. It's freaking amazing. I never did check that out. Oh, yeah, no, that's sewed. It's like a sewed on. That's amazing. It almost looks plastic. I don't know. Some of these conventions are really hard to actually do photography with. This one is actually done out in the foyer. There's this giant skylight that shoots down. And you gotta tend to get a lot of highlights, you know, a lot of natural sunlight. I think this was day one, and from there we went to the ferry. Before that, we went to the bar, which is down on the ferry, which is a fucking amazing place. And went with this guy, Mr. Christopher F. Hart. He looks all serious. Yeah, we were all pretty burnt out and tired, but I was able to get some gorgeous shots of Seattle on the deck of the ferry where I stayed with Chris and John Mark. I did also, you know, we're all part of the podcast. Ron and Leah, his wife, stayed downtown. And from the deck of the ferry, I was able to capture some really cool shots. Some of these I haven't even really shown anybody, just because they're either out of focus or not really show worthy. Like this one's a beautiful shot that's unedited that I don't think I even messed with. A lot of them are all candid out. I had a new lens and I was trying to, you know, dial it in, and basically jumping around from lens to lens. So it was kind of a hectic thing, but there are some pretty gorgeous shots of Seattle on the skyline. Yeah, you know, Ferris wheel. That's unedited. Most of these are unedited. There's a few of them that I did edit. But most of these are straight out of the camera. Got one I did edit, I guess. That one I think I edited because I think I cropped it. I think I cropped the crap out of it, actually. No. Looks like it's done something to it. No, it's just placed as a something to look at. It was placed to be edited, never did. But yeah, this is us taking off to Bremerton. This is probably one of my favorite shots that I took. This is edited. I'm not sure if there's a real original copy of it without, how you say, destroying my edit. But it's a lot of cropping and it was a very wide shot. Yeah. Anyway, I can cycle through these real fast. Kind of a boring ride. It's like an hour trip on a ferry in Seattle. I was trying to, I think it was with my 50 millimeter lens, trying to pan a suite to see if I could make a panoramic view later when I got home in Photoshop. But I was shooting in RAW, so I got... and it was blurry. It was terrible. It was a bad idea. It was a big waste of space on the camera, and kind of wish I didn't. But obviously, there's the boat's moving, I'm moving. It's really hard to do, so I'll bag that. This is a cool shot. I mean, this is quite a ways out in the bay when I took this one. Again, these are all unedited. But had a great time hanging out with this guy here, Mr. Christopher Hart. Yeah. Here's pictures of us in the booth. The booth we had. It was kind of cool. Rocking out and meeting and greeting. It was quite a deal. There's Christina and Leah who were taking pictures. And it's a slow start. It's usually a slow start to the day. I think this was in the morning. And we were just trying to get through. It was awesome to be able to cut through the lines and be in there. Because you didn't have to sit there in line. But we had Transformers, man. They were fucking badass. Oh, god damn. Project London was a booth that was across from us. And I'm not sure I'm pretty sure I got a couple shots of, well, we'll get back to that. It was a movie that's supposed to be a badass. That's what sucks is when you're kind of hurrying, you can't get shots, especially when people are walking by. Sometimes you're able to go out, which I did here, and got some pretty epic shots of people. I still never understood that one. I think it's a video game or something. This is a great shot that was taken. I mean, if I'd almost love to do this, first time having the software, I almost want to do an edit just to see, show you guys what I do to make shots look good, which isn't that. So we'll go back to letting Lightroom not doing anything. Adventure Time. And this is the kicker too, is when you get to a lot of these events, when you got their whole family get together and they do it, it's you can tell they're having a blast and it's really fun. But we got some Resident Evil here, we got some Catwoman there, which I believe I went through all these and edited them prior. It's just I think I just put them back in. Elizabeth from BioShock. The Iasaurus. Literally the Iasaurus. That is the Mars Attacks dude. Freaking amazing. I don't know who she is, but she's freaking amazing. There's just the costume design is freaking amazing. As you can tell, she's drop dead gorgeous too. But I don't know who she is. It's Black Cat, which is she's famous-ish as a cosplayer. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Okay, I'm gonna get to this part, and I never put this up because it was just the fucking gayest thing ever. But I had to fucking get a picture of this dude, and it's because he had enough balls to get out in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. As this is the chick off, it's supposed to be a chick off of The Fifth Element, so it's the Fifth Element dude. And I was just like, my God, all right, I got to get a picture. It's mainly because Chris told me to, but I thought that was pretty amazing to be. Oh, man. Anyway, what else we got here? A lot of Marvel comics. I can't remember. I know the name, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But beautiful, beautiful costume. Darth Vader. Everybody loves Darth Vader. I was able to get a good shot of him, and I was like, "Come on, man!" Just like point at me and say, "Like I will use the Force." Oh fuck, I forgot. We skipped Barf. Barf's awesome, and whoever says nay is a naysayer. Never seen Spaceballs apparently. Little Red Riding Hood. This guy. This is taken out in the smoking section, And I love this dude because when I first seen him, he had a bottle of, like, I don't know what it was. It was not like a beer bottle, but it like shaped like a beer bottle. It wasn't alcohol. But he was drinking out of it. So he had his arm literally down the costume's mask's mouth. And so you could see his, like, the elbow to the face. And it was just funnier than shit. I was like, holy shit, man. I got to get a picture, man. This is a Wonder Woman costume. Very, very sweet chick. Actually sat and smoked with her for a while. Very cool chick. Pinhead. You're not going to see that very often. Or is that Pinhead? That's not Pinhead. No, that's Pinhead. Silent Hill. Pyramid Head. What am I thinking? Pinhead. Pyramid Head. Yeah, obviously, there's a pyramid. That's the guy. It's cool cosplay. That's a badass helmet. I mean, props for making that. And I don't know how he made that. If that's... Let me go back. I can't tell if it's plastic or... I don't know. It's a hell of a good job. The Weeping Angel. She is from something, and I can't remember what. And I tried a couple times why she did it, and it was really cool. You could see the silver like on her paint. It was falling off by the end of the day. But she would like have her hands in her face, and just posed, and she was beautiful. I was like, holy cow! And obviously it's a cosplay, and you could, at first glance, you couldn't tell. She did a really good job. Famous cosplay chick from whatever that show was on Sci-Fi, whatever the Heroes of Cosplay. She was one of the highlights of the thing. She had her own booth, and she was taking signatures and autographs, and the line was way too long, and I didn't really care, but I just took a snapshot from a distance. It was easier that way. Same Mass Effect chick. We have a little Star Wars here, because everybody loves Star Wars. And this is Jen. God, it's gonna kill me if I... It's Jen Page? I want to say it's Jen Page. Anyway, back to the story of the Project London. She's one of the main actresses in the movie. And like I said, and she was right across from the booth from us. And obviously plugging the movie. And it was really cool, indie movie that was... What got me was the special effects, because if a lot of people don't know, I do enjoy fiddling with that, with video, special effects, photography, all that stuff. So I was already cinched in, not to mention that she's really pretty. But anyway, yeah, Project London, check that out if you guys get a chance. I actually bought a Blu-ray copy while I was there. Panther, you gotta love Panther, man. That's like classic, my youth. And I don't know, maybe My Little Ponies or yours. This right here was the creme de creme. I love this shot. It was the Venture Brothers, and even with the Molotov cock block and the other dude, it was perfect. When I went around taking these pictures, I tried to tell them, I said, what I'll try to do is get them online via Facebook, or God, what was the other outlet? There was another outlet where I was going to tag them, and they were able to just upload them and look at them. And Brock, Mr. Adventure Brock, got a hold of me through an email and was able to find these. And he was like, holy shit, thanks so much. And I was able to actually go through them and edit them and get it to them. And, and that's what I kind of like. That's why I like doing it. I mean, it was fun for me. It was educational. This chick was creepy. She actually creeped out a lot of people. For me, it was fun to do, just for free. I wasn't charging, but I was just doing it for more experience. And, I get more joy out of people finding these pictures and, enjoying them as much as I enjoyed doing them. If you look in the background here, you can see the Project London, the background of that video. And they were selling all types of merch with that. Soundtracks to anything else. Batman Beyond. The Jokeress. This goes on and on. I mean, there's so many goddamn... This Tomb Raider and There's Chris. We talked about him earlier. Chris, he's a local artist in town. Great guy. There's Leah. She's Ron's wife. The beautiful Leah. Harley Quinn. There was a lot of that cosplay. Transistor. I never once seen this video game. While I was there, I seen this cosplay and I was like, my fucking God, dude, that is amazing. She's probably only like 5. Well, she was probably about 4. Well, no, she was very close when I took the picture. Luckily, I was able to stop her and take the picture. It's one of the really successful indie games that are out there right now. It's called Transistor. You can find it on Steam and a bunch of other things, but I was completely clueless. I was in shock and awe of the beauty of, like the sword and everything else. So it was weird to go back through these photos and be educated on who the who's who, because I was so out of date with it. And, you get a lot of steampunkers, which is always awesome. Tons of Batman and Robin stuff. Obviously it's Comic-Con. They're all about comics. This is when I was coming back from this. I was did my rounds and came back and got everybody just hanging out. Yeah, Ron and Leah made these. These are fucking amazing. These are the Space Pod little cryptozoology keychain guys. You had Sassy, the Sasquatch one. You got the Mothman one, which is pretty awesome. Nessie, which were like little Nessies. And what else we got? We got Chupacabra with the Switchblade, which are toothpicks, but they're fucking cool. It was the Switchblade Chupacabra. And the Peeping Ghost. Those Peeping Ghosts will always be peeping, so never think you're alone when you have a peeping ghost. It'll be peeping on you. I'm sure of it. Chris didn't want his picture taken. Ron's talking. I don't know if we're getting to the end of this, but we're getting kind of close. No, we're not. We're not even fucking close. This is still day 2. It was 3 days. We were there. That was a good shot. I don't know why I've never edited that one. Star Wars. This one, I really, I sat and talked to this dude for a long time. He, let's try to bring this exposure up a little bit so you can see it better. It's a better shot anyway, so you can see. This guy actually, he made this shield, and it's stainless steel round. It's, I've done a lot of welding and a lot of metal work in my life, and there's, you have metal wheels that you can make these, and you just, they're simple enough to make. Some companies, they have die stamps that they just don't use, or they use them for products. He made this and hand painted this. I mean, he did a beautiful job. Even with the scoring, he used a torch to burn the paint off. This emblem is actually put in, and it's I don't believe it's welded, but I think it's kind of glued in or something like that. But the freaking amazingest thing, it was his fucking armor. This armor was all handmade, and he did it all himself. And it was just, I was just shocked and amazed. And like I said, shocked and amazed. He the way he had to do it, I think he had to piece it together and then cut it off and then fix it to do it, because obviously, you have your shoulder cap, and you can't take it off very easily. But yeah, no, just beautiful. Even all the rivet work, all handmade, all himself. I was like, dude, that is fucking cool. So, yeah, pardon me for the F-bombs, but that's normal. That's normal in my world. We got a little bit of Mario Brothers, steampunk style, and a bunch of pirates, I believe. They were actually from a Torp. Like, they dress up and did that kind of thing for a deal. Steampunk, dude. Again, Spider-Man is steampunk, man. There is a place in this world for it. These lovely ladies. I don't even know who they were. They were just out in the smoke section. So, And yeah. Oh, Skyrim. This guy here too. He had the most awesomest, epicest freaking costume ever. All handmade, all done. He had these little LEDs that were actually, they descended down from a headband. He had a headband wearing it right here, and they popped down. And I think that's the mesh he's seeing out of, but it was so cool. I mean, even close up, it looked amazing. Just gonna pop that up, make that a little bit better. Bring up the exposure a little bit so you can see. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. But the costume design, like I said, was freaking amazing. Come on, zoom out. Boom, 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 boom. Sounds like a movie if I do really fast. This is another good shot. And not in focus, unfortunately. Micro focus, they call it. Wolverine and Supergirl and Wonder Woman. And Wolverine, I think that's the one I actually kept out of all those. Daryl from Walking Dead. He's got a brother named Earl. Yeah, it was a tricky one. I always didn't know what this was, but for $250 you could have one. Garden Demon. It looked pretty garden demon-y to me. I don't know. Let's look at that a little bit better. Zoom in. What the hell? I don't know, man. There's a horn there for sure. It looks pretty Satan-y. Like a bat, demon bat. Crazy. They had crazy stuff. Like this guy here. Let's see if we can read it. Nah, I can't read it, damn it. It's $450, so you could have half of a fucking orc head. Love this stuff. Usually when you go to these shows and stuff, you see these like steampunk things. And fucking, I just love them to death. I think they're freaking amazing. Handcrafted, all beautiful stuff. And unfortunately, the price tag shows it because they're all super expensive. I don't know what this was, but it was alien, kind of techie something or other. Oh, it's a microscope, but little Catwoman's, and I think from that was that Tron. Morpheus. I think it's one of my prouder shots. It was from Labyrinth and what is it? Poison Ivy. It was a great shot. In fact, when I took this shot, the Nerdist was recording right behind me, and in the live shot, I found it somewhere on YouTube, and actually recording of it. Of me walking in their shot to get a picture of them, and I thought it was funny. I thought, but yeah, it's funny. It's weird. I edited a lot of these, but they're all not edited. Another Elizabeth. Some of these I don't know. I'm not too keen into the whatchamacallit, Japanimation stuff. That was on my way out. This guy, he was performing out in front of the place, and he was I felt fucking horrible. I walked up, because what you can't see is here's a little basket. Or the guitar case. I can't remember what it was. He was juggling his knives. Those are real knives. And I went in my pocket and I pulled out what I thought was like $1. It happened to be like a 20 or a 50. And I'm like, God, I gotta. And I stepped back because I didn't want to, sit there and rub it in. And I had like a 50 or a 20 that I was going to throw him and, disappoint him with $1. So I stepped back and went back in my pocket, and it distracted him enough. He damn near fucking cut his toe off. So anyway, that was Comic-Con. Good times. And a little piece of advice, don't be dropping knives on your fucking toes. It hurts. This has been fun. Yeah, good screen capture test, and we'll stop recording. Peace.